looked like there were two missing. I guess it was just in my imagination. They're all there. They're all alive. And Jericho's wounds were healed just with some good night's sleep. Oh, we're actually out of energy blocks now. That's interesting. But it was just a matter of time that was gonna happen. Now I can't remember where I'm actually making the energy blocks. It's likely in a facility that I don't have built. No, it's here. It's fine. Okay, let's make 5 of them. More chemicals. $34 until the next piece of artificial meat. All well, good and done. Let me sip some juice. I apologize profusely for that. That's it. I'm a rude person. It's nice seeing them all work so diligently. Again, you managed to set fire on the water. Do you guys realize that you've just managed to set fire to water? You've set water on fire. Well, you set fire to the water refinery, but my point stands. My point stands. Oh yeah, after all of these turrets we will need to do more tech blocks for the weapon platform, well, the weapon station anyway. And we can now make artificial meat. What next? Oh yeah, let's do the X2 power generator. So we can replace this thing. Oh yeah, food, growth bed. Ah, let's put it there. We're probably gonna put a power node there as well. Maybe this will power it, but I'm not sure. Again, it looks like they're not there, but they are in the bed sleeping. How much stuff is left here? Enough for me to not wanting to move until they finish it. I have enough resources so we can take our time now. Power generator will take some time to be researched. It's a long research. What's 500? The quantum? Oh, this actually increases the research speed. Unlocks top tier modules and equipment. The top tier modules are a targeting jammer and a level 3 power generator. Not many modules in there right now. Okay, so we're not gonna put here all meat. Let's put one of these, and then the rest is meat. Funnily enough, while in this game it looks like an uncertainty, how can you grow meat? But actually, that exists. It is my personal hope that, and probably a lot of people, that we will move on to grown meat in the future, and for many reasons, animal cruelty just being one of them. If you're not familiar, grown meat is essentially you literally grow meat. You take a cell, a sample cell from an animal that you want to, whose meat you want to grow. You put it in a petri dish with some stem cells, and you essentially command it to multiply indefinitely. From a single cellular sample, you can grow an enormous amount of meat. I don't remember what was the number given back when I was looking at it, but right now 1 kilogram of grown meat, of Vitra meat if you want to, costs $50,000 for 1 kilogram. There are clips on YouTube about the taste, and it's not like a meat replacement, so it's not like soya or something like that, which just has an artificial flavoring to taste like meat. It is actually meat, and that is the way forward. That is the way to actually remain omnivorous as we are as humans, while not being a problem to the world. Because the issue right now that people have with meat isn't that we eat meat, blah, blah, blah. I can't pronounce things. Humans eat everything. We're omnivores. We eat vegetables, we eat meat, and because of our industry we have the luxury of choosing what kind of diet we want to have. So we can eat plants, we can eat meat, we can eat both. We prefer meat because, well, that's how our industry developed. The problem with that industry isn't that the meat itself. It's not that we're eating other living beings. Life feeds on life. Plants are also living. They just don't have cute eyes and fur, and they don't meow when you pet them. But plants are alive as well. Every life feeds on other life. Organic matter devours other organic matter. That's just how it is. Where you draw the line is up to you. But oh, we need more energy blocks here as well for this. Which factory? This one. But the grown meat actually allows you to move past that. It allows you to focus on the quality of life of the entire planet. Also allows you to decrease the necessary amount of animals specifically bred for meat, which also means that we need to spend less resources on maintaining those animals, and then that means that we're leaving us lesser carbon footprint, allowing more wilderness to return to the world, and it's overall a good thing. So grown meat is something that we definitely need to adopt in the future if we want to remain as an omnivorous species. So what is? Okay, it just drains the shield, that's fine. I'm a meat eater myself. I love meat, and I wouldn't give up on meat. But if there was a way where I can eat meat without actually killing an animal, I would choose that immediately. And the grown meat isn't a meat supplement. It's actually meat. It just isn't grown on an animal. It's grown artificially. Now, when you say artificially, people have this idea of lab and people manipulating with it, but it's not really like that. It's the same process that goes in an animal, it just is done artificially outside of an animal. And it allows you to indulge in meat without actually harming an animal. So hopefully that grown meat thing will will become a more affordable reality for everybody in the future. It is a good thing. It is a good thing. You know, point of being the most, if not the, then at least one of the most advanced species on the planet is so that you can avoid being brutal to other creatures when you can avoid it. Okay, so I need more blocks. 5. Our first turret is actually produced. That's nice. So yeah, if anybody is actually interested in what I'm talking about, just Google or go to YouTube, or if you already have YouTube open, just go to YouTube and type in grown meat and tester or testing or whatever. So they have already meat tested that meat, and some taster, a big shot apparently, I don't remember her name, uh, tried it out, and she said that in her words, while I can taste the difference, I wouldn't say that I'm eating a meat supplement. I would say that I'm eating meat. And if a professional tester, food tester, says that, then you can take away from that what you will. But it speaks volumes that such a thing can be done, and we have all the reason that we should do it. Whether you want, regardless of what is your outlook on food, on anything else, I think everybody could agree that if an attempt can be made to be less of an impact to around us, to have a sustainable living environment, you should strive for that. A lot of the CO2 emissions that are contributing to the greenhouse gases are our fault, but not by industry. They're a product of agriculture, of all the infrastructure that we need to have in place to grow a sufficient amount of animals to feed 7 billion people. If you can breed animals for other products, milk and milk, hair, wool, then you can reduce the amount of animals you need to care, which means that it's less animals you need to feed, which means you can actually decrease the amount of necessary farmland for animals specifically, and that also makes humans easier to feed. So it is something that should be pushed forward. Like I said, grown meat exists. It's on the market. If you have $50,000 for a kilogram of it, go nuts. Right now it's an exclusive thing. But it is a magical thing. I mean, you take a sample and you just put this sample, cellular sample, into a vat of essentially proteins, and like your muscle grows inside of your body, or as a cow's muscles will grow inside of her body, it grows in a vat. The cells feed on the proteins and they grow and they multiply. There are many bonuses for growing meat like that. For one, you can grow a meat of equal consistency and equal quality in a massive amount. So it has many. Oh, I right clicked there. It has many things that need to be considered and that would be of benefit to humanity. But I will end my rant about that here. Hello, RB Blood. Okay, next system. I went through there. This one's next. So what's our surroundings? So we have 3 more planets to bust through. Hey RB Blood, it's going well. I'm actually arming my ship finally. Only have a couple of bits of research to do and then we can just focus on looking for Eden. Uh, Also, I'm in the position where I'm finally having enough resources to go around. I might actually consider making another ship when I get more crew members, that is. Okay. Everybody go mining. Everybody was kung fu mining. Okay, I might need to put a battery here. I also might need to put a battery here because these turrets will drain this quite fast. Well, I put this here, it should be fine. Okay, I don't like this music, so I will skip it. We need more optronics. Oh. We need 3, 6, 7 more. Yeah, might as well tell them to build more. Well, Blood, if you're interested, I already have a series of Alpha 10 on YouTube as well as playing it right now. The game is in alpha, so keep that in mind, but there is a lot of good things about this game and plenty of better things even coming in the future. Right now, the major thing that came in the last update was the research tech tree. As you can see, it's not that large. It has like 3 levels of research and that's it. If you like games like Oxygen Not Included, then you'll enjoy this game. Although, keep in mind, like I said, it's an alpha, so plenty of room to grow yet. And there are a few things that this game does differently. I mean, apart from the fact that you're actually building a ship instead of a colony. Oh, this run is at least, I think, over 10 hours already. If I look at how many episodes, I put these in 1-hour episodes on YouTube, and this will be probably episodes 10 and 11. So yeah, about 10 hours. This is about 10 hours now. Now I will say that the game is very slow at the beginning because you don't have that many things. The Poet's Fate, yeah, indeed it is. It's a great game. There are a few things that need to be kind of enhanced, especially when it comes to managing crew, because right now this is the schedule that you can use, which is very similar to how it is in Oxygen Not Included. I haven't tested it a lot with this, so I don't know how much of it affects. Obviously you can do without it because I don't bother with it. There's priorities which are similar again to how they are in Oxygen Not Included, but they don't really affect that much, which is kind of annoying because even though some of these guys have priorities to just do a certain thing, they will still do everything else. The game is a lot slower paced than Oxygen Not Included. Even I'm constantly playing it at high speed because there's no point in playing it at a lower speed really. I only put it on low speed when I'm going through the ships. Well, Poet's Fate, that is up to an individual to decide. Right now, I'm divided on the issue whether this is better than Oni or not. But that's just because how early this game is and how much used I am to Oni. I mean, I've played like already 400 hours of Oni and I only played like 50 hours of this. Oh, okay. This game has some balance. Oh, I need to make room there for people to actually walk. This game has some minor balancing issues, which mostly stem from the fact that the random number generator isn't that refined yet. So I'm playing this right now on lower difficulty. The lower difficulty just means I'm running into more resources in the galaxy. And the reason I'm doing that is because the crucial component of your ship until now, which was until now difficult to find, was this: the energy crystals, or energium. Before, prior to Alpha 10, getting these things on a medium or high difficulty was run breaking. You would just not have enough. In my very first run before Alpha 10, I made 2 ships, hoping that I could manage it, and I had to abandon one of the ships, and then I ran out of the fuel on the other one. So right now there is kind of a balance issue. You can see that I'm actually well stocked on crystals now. So I'm thinking that they did rebalance the random number generator to give you more resources of that type, so that you can actually do more things. Well, RB Blood, if you got bored of Oxygen Not Included, this game might still fit you better, but keep in mind that it's a very slow-paced game. Like I said, I'm playing it on max speed constantly. But if you want to know more about how it looks like, how it plays like, by all means, I stream this every Saturday, so at this time, so you can join and watch. Also, you can check out my YouTube channel. It should be linked in the channel description, so you can check that out as well. Just to get a feel for the game. It is essentially as you see it now. You will notice that my ship is very wonky, and that's because I don't really care about ship design, and it doesn't make any difference how you build it up. There are things that you have to be careful about managing, such as the comfort level, temperature, and so on. However, managing them is, apart from the comfort, is ridiculously easy. Essentially because it's still early alpha, they don't have that many items in the game. Comfort is just increased by putting a lamp next to something. Yeah, of course, this is the entire ship, Poet's fault. Poet's fate, sorry. So this is the entire ship that I'm having. I'm putting this part like the engine room, this is like the cargo bay, the farming place, the factory, and the operations, and there's still plenty of room for me to build through. Oh, do you have anything I want? Yes, you do. Not much, but I'll take that from you, and I'll take some of these as well. What do you want? Oh, you don't really want much, do you? Almost better to just give you the infra blocks, since I don't want them. I'm also gonna give you more infra blocks because I don't want them. The only serious complaint that I still have about the game is, and this is completely and only because it's still so early in development yet, is that it runs out of things to show you really fast. I am now on the 5th system, I believe. Yes. So the point of the game is that you're looking for Eden, so a planet where the Earth colonists can grow again, because we screwed up the Earth. So this was the starting position. So I'm not even on the 5th. I'm on the 3rd. Well, that's kind of misleading because there are multiple systems on every sector. I'm on the 3rd sector and probably like 6th or 7th system. And the game already showed you the majority of what it can do. So it's lacking in mid to late game content. So it doesn't have the content it needs to actually show you things as you go along. Oxygen Not Included does. You can get all the way to space shipbuilding, and there is a new DLC out which I'm going to be testing out soon as well. This game is still lacking that, so I'm guessing that after I'm done with the research, and you can see that I'm just a couple of items off, I'll be pretty much just stocking up on items and maybe building another ship and just trying to find Eden. There is nothing more that the game will be able to show me. Oh, I already experienced all the aliens that we've seen thus far. There is this thing that you can look for, this lost ship in the galaxy, which is interesting. Oh, we're done with the system, so we can go on. Okay, so there's ice here, ice and carbon there. There is plenty of that this game will be able to do when it's out properly. But you know, if being part of the development cycle doesn't bother you when you're playing a game, then I would definitely recommend this, especially if you like colony management and similar games. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. There are a few things that are currently very difficult to do. For example, if the comfort level in an area drops, they start making a lot of accidents, breaking machines and stuff, which isn't a big detriment because they just fix them and it doesn't take any resources to fix them. But they can start fires, and fires can be a big problem if they spread. And you can't really raise the comfort level significantly when there are machines around it. See, I've actually walled this machine off so I can raise the comfort level, and I've put the lamp in. Barely, and it barely did anything. It's still comfort minus 34, which means that they will have increased chances of injuring themselves there. Also, I've blocked oxygen from this room, and they're working here in the suits, which means that even further increases the accident rate. So it's something that needs to be worked on a bit, I guess. Oh, we're done with this. Moving on. Oh, we're out of chemicals. Make more. This is what what the game is mostly about. You hop from system to system, you explore derelicts, you collect resources, you move on. The whole game is a search for Eden, for that mysterious planet which is supposed to replace Earth. And there is lore in the game as well that you can collect. Again, because the game is not done yet, the lore is kind of random, but random more than it should be. For example, some of the notes I got here are referencing things that didn't happen yet. The game starts with you actually looking for Eden, and you are not certain if Eden exists. But I already have a log here which actually confirms that one of the crews found Eden, and they're there and waiting for us. Kind of disappointing because the game can play that question mark, that mystery. Is there an Eden? Will you actually be able to find Eden? What will you find when you get there? So when you I found it really early. It was like in the second or third system on a derelict, and like, okay, so we know Eden exists. So that mystery is out the window right away. So that's kind of disappointing. But again, there's room to grow. There's room to grow. They added a ghost ship that you can find randomly in the galaxy. I didn't run into it yet, so I don't know how it looks like. Essentially, there is a ship that disappeared in the galaxy under mysterious circumstances, and you can run into it. You can actually find it in the galaxy somewhere. It was in the patch in the patch notes if you're interested to know more. Yeah, you should definitely check out the store page to check all the patch notices as well as their plans for the future. Oh. Do you have anything I want? No, and you also don't want to buy anything I'm offering. Or at least not for a good price. I'm gonna need to put more storage here soon. Ah, maybe not. There's plenty of room there. Can it be I'm running out of infra blocks? Oh, that is amazing. I'm running out of infra blocks. Finally. Is there any item that needs to be recycled? No, we're out of everything, which is good. Means I don't waste any time on that. Almost got the second generator. Kind of losing power there. Yeah, the power system in this game is kind of novel. So, you know, in most games you have a generator and you have a battery and then you just have power consumers. And in games like Oxygen Not Included, you can even automate it. They broke the machine there. You can automate it so that it only runs when it needs to run. This game is a bit different. Essentially, every single one of these power nodes works like a battery. And you can see the green rods, and that means that they have power left to store. If all of those are full, then the generators don't really draw any power and you don't use the power crystals. However, when they are used, then the power is drained from the node, and that pulls from the next node and the next node and the next node. And if you're using more than you're making, then a whole area of the ship can run out of power. It's kind of difficult to wrap your head around, but that's why I have all of these solar collectors, and they're connected into the generator. So this is how the power lines look like. I know it looks complex, but it's not really. You just need to run on all the cables to everywhere so it runs power. It's not really complicated when you get used to the system, but it's kind of difficult to wrap your head around right from the get-go. Also, I might need to move this so I can put that outwards. Need 4 more blocks. 5. Oh, why are we holding here? We can move on. Oh, there's a derelict here. And there's another planet we need to investigate there. Okay, let's mine out the rocks first, and then we're gonna do the derelict. Considering that how far we are, we're probably gonna be seeing some alien life. Hostile alien life. Yeah, one of the things that this game does really good that Oxygen Not Included is definitely missing is combat. So you can arm your crewmen. Unfortunately right now only with one weapon and no armor or anything like that, which is unfortunate. I mean, all of these things I don't even know. There is no headgear in the game that I could see yet, at least nothing that I found. There is still one thing I need to make. It's called the item crafting machine or whatever. So I don't know if there is anything else to do here that you can equip. So right now it's just guns. But exploring the derelicts is really interesting, and no, Blood, I know exactly what you mean. It's something that I've experienced in the past, and sometimes I still do if I play too much of a single game type or a single game. Then I find myself in this position where I don't know what to play. And then, like you, I then try out new genres, and there are definitely games out there that you should try out. Now, if you aren't a big fan of strategy games or games of this type, there are other games which would probably work with it. Oh, there we go. Level 2 generator. Perfect. What do we need next? Item fabricator. So, various items and weapons for your crew members. I'm gonna see if they actually added any more items, because only thing you could build before were weapons. What do you normally play, Blood? There it goes, another fire. I can't speak for everybody, Blood, but for me it's... If I look at how the gameplay of a game looks like, and like you, then I would watch a streamer play it. And if the gameplay looks interesting enough to me that I want to try, then I just give it a go. If it doesn't, then you'll just feel it. You'll just see, it's not like something I would want to. So when you watch, if the gameplay doesn't draw you in, then it's better to give the game a pass. If the gameplay does draw you in, if it brings interest in what it is, and you already get an idea of how you would play it, then go for it. If you are having thoughts like, I would play it like this, I would play it differently, I would rather do this or this or this, then that means you have an interest in it, and then you should take it. Then you should try it out. Having an interest in a game is the basic. And at this point, my ship is complete. I mean, it's not. It's obviously, it looks like a wonky horseshoe, but all the systems are built in the game now. I have... Oh yeah, the systems have system slots. So now I have no more system slots, so I can't build any more systems on the ship. So this is the optimal setting for a ship in the game for now. 2 shields, 2 stabilizers, and 4 turrets. There are missile turrets in the game, but I didn't test them out, so I don't know how good they are or bad how they are. Oh yeah, time to get rid of one of these reactors, and actually time to get rid of the... how I'm gonna do this. A bunch of the ship will now remain without power, but it's only gonna be temporary. Now I disassembled that thing and I didn't check how much this takes. Okay, I have just enough to build this. I will need to extend my engineering. Let's put it like this. And make it a high construct priority, as well as let's extend the ship. Okay. This is a high priority. Everybody move your butts, build that generator. I will not let you sleep until you build this. I don't care if you're going to bed. Oh, turns out I don't know how to override. Oh well. If you want to sleep in a cold room with oxygen running out, then that's your problem. I'm not giving you another toilet. What? Is it too cold? If you built the generator when I told you, then you wouldn't be cold. Okay, now to link it. Okay, so it has 3 links, just like this generator had. So let's link one over here. One over here. We will unlink this. And we will deconstruct this thing. There we go. Now dismantle this thing. Okay. Oh, found a bug. Oh, it's too far. Come on. Okay, that goes into the generator, and that's now 3 links. There we go. That should work. And we can dismantle this one. There we go. Sorted! Now we don't need to have 2 generators to burn all the energy. Also, we don't need more storage yet, but we will need probably soon. We can move on to the next area. Oh, I'm gonna see if this guy has anything good to trade. Yes, he does. And what will he take? You will take this and you will like it. Terraria, Skyrim, Dying Light, Astroneer. Astroneer is absolutely marvelous. I love Astroneer. Here is one game that you might... That's okay, Blood. I hope that you can understand me if English isn't your first language. Tell me if you like Terraria and if you liked, especially if you like Astroneer, a game that you might like is called Satisfactory. Take a look at that one. That one might be up your alley as well. It's a resource factory management. It's similar to Factorio, but it's 3D and it's a lot more in depth. So if you like Astroneer, you might like Satisfactory as well. Okay, we can now finally go and invade a ship. So guys, drafted, into the ship you go. Derelict, here we go. Oh, the derelict seems to be explored already, which I believe is a bug, because it's not supposed to be explored already. But that might indicate that it's actually empty. We'll see now. I don't think it's empty though. Starbound I would suggest to you, but I have heard from people who like Terraria that they don't like Starbound for some reason. I like Starbound, but both Starbound and Terraria, while I love both of them, they both have one little thing which annoys me, and that's I'm having trouble finding my way around them. As in, I don't know what to do next because I'm too... it's too open-ended, but it's not as open-ended as Minecraft is, so it still gives me direction. It still tells me I have to do certain things, but I get lost in it. If you're asking about the name of the game, I'd suggest is Satisfactory. So this is an empty ship. That's unusual to find an empty ship this late into the game, but I'm not gonna complain. What does the empty ship give? Soft scrap. I will take infra scrap this time around because we're actually running out for once. Tech scrap, energy scrap, and some hull scrap. No items at all. That's disappointing. Okay, so we might need to start looking into reworking this bloody thing. No, that's what I'm saying. I love Terraria and Starbound, but I get lost in them. I get lost in the thoughts. Okay, what should I do next? Where should I go next? And then I get frustrated and I leave it. I never beat Terraria, all the bosses or Starbound. I did get further in Terraria than in Starbound, although ironically, I like the gameplay of Starbound a bit more. Okay, you're not taking this by a good price, so I'm not taking that from you. So that was kind of disappointing that there was nobody on the ship. It was an empty ship, but at the same time, it's nice that we got some stuff from it. Although we're not getting any stuff that we actually want from it. We still have 4 tech block. Ah, yeah, because I disassembled that. Well, when you have an extra tech block... Didn't I say I need something built? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. The regular assembler, I believe. Just gonna put it here. That only took 2, so I can still make 1 more solar panel. The less I'm depending on the energy rods, the better. The research. Oh, the item fabricator is almost done. Perfect. Link that to the rest of them. Perfecto. Perfecto. Okay, what next? I could increase this and just move it. Could increase this. Bloodley, do you have anything that's worth trading for? Oh, it's the same ship that was there a moment ago. They don't want anything. Come on, folks, finish this ship so we can move on with our life. Still plenty of scrap left there to do. I could put it on expedited. Although it usually means that all 6 of them will leave. You have a great point there that the Starbound feel barren, but that actually touches on what I was mentioning before. The reason why I like Starbound a bit more than Terraria in some aspects is because that kind of repetition, that kind of I actually like grinding as long as the grinding has a purpose, and since the grinding does have a purpose in Starbound, that actually appeals to me. It's kind of less open-ended than the Terraria is. But on the other hand, Terraria is more free, and that in that aspect makes it better than Starbound. But if you could combine Terraria and Starbound together, then I would be the happiest person alive. But you can't. I mean, there are probably mods that do that, but I don't really use mods in the games. Not much, anyway. And even the ones I do, I only use the mods which are quality of life improvements and nothing else. Okay, so now we're in the position where we don't care what we research next, so might as well just research what's left. Microweaver. There you go. I was thinking that I would stream Terraria, but I'm not gonna. Not until I'm actually know what I'm doing at it. If I ever get to the point where I actually can beat all the bosses in Terraria, then I will probably make a stream of it. Because right now it would be an exercise in frustration, which I'm nothing about. I don't like getting agitated. I still do, but I don't like it. There are people who essentially people who will never admit it, but essentially enjoy getting angry at video games. I really don't. I will get angry. I will mock all of these little tiny people on the screen when they break a machine, and I will kind of go ree at it. But that's more me making fun of it than actually being angry. I guess the good example would be the Angry Joe reviews. If you ever seen that YouTube channel, he makes it a point to get really pissed off at every game he plays. And while some of the points that he makes that make him angry are valid points, I think I would have a nervous breakdown if I was getting so angry at the video game all the time. That's why in my channel description it says that my playthroughs are more chill, more relaxed, more easygoing. And when I do get upset, it's more for comedic effect than anything else. I don't generally get upset. Okay, I wonder if this ship will be done being disassembled before I'm done with today's stream, because I will have to end it soon. Because unfortunately I have to work tomorrow. Well, the thing is, Blood, I like both of those things. I like item hoarding, and I like the grind. I don't like incessant grind, and that's why I'm having it's so difficult to choose one over the other, because both games have things that work for me. When I learned that you can actually collect, not only collect, but display the armors and weapons that you find in Terraria, that was the point. Was like I was essentially just playing that game and nothing else, because I just want to find and all the weapons and make a little museum of weapons and armor in Terraria. Then I ran into the problem where I couldn't find all of them, and I didn't know where to find them, and some of them had these conditions, and some of them were in the places or bosses that I couldn't get past. And the lack of direction, the lack of knowledge of where to go, and difficulty of learning where to go to find those weapons and armor. I was spending more time on the Wikipedia looking for where to find a specific item than I was actually playing the game, and at that point I was like, okay, I'm gonna return to it at some later date. Because I was spending most of the time reading on Wikipedia where to find certain items, where to find certain armors and weapons, how to craft them, how to find resources for it. And you know, if I have to spend half of my time, that's one of the reasons why I never learned to, nor want to learn to play League of Legends, because you can't just play it, you have to learn how to play it. If a game is making me study for it, and it can only be played in a specific way, then that's a turn off for me. If you don't let me play the game the way I want to play it, and if that's a detriment, then I'm sorry, no, go away. Okay, we're done with this solar system. So we have one big one over here, one tiny one over here, and one medium size. So let's do the tiny one first. Oh, I'll have to jump around. When you have good engines, you can jump around a lot. Oh, this is a tiny system. Perfect. So we have some minerals here, more minerals in a nebula, and a derelict. I think that's where we're gonna end the stream for tonight. My brother-in-law used to play League of Legends religiously, and again, now listen to this. I liked League of Legends because it has so many unique heroes, and you can unlock them for free, and each one of them plays differently. So you know that gacha feel. You can unlock them all and you can play them all and slowly get through all of them. Unlocking, that's what gets me. That's what gets my blood pumping. Oh, I can unlock stuff. Yeah, but then when I learned that you actually have to learn how to play in a specific way with a specific character, and if you don't, that all other, let's be clear, a League of Legends player base is extremely toxic. When I learned that if you don't play the game the way that everybody accepts, you have to play the game that you're just gonna get mocked and ridiculed and have kids have sex with your mom and so on, then I said no. I've experienced enough of toxicity on Call of Duty. I don't need that in another game. Thank you very much. Oh yeah, the meta as well, but that's less of a factor for me. I wouldn't care if I lost 100 games in a row, just if you let me play the game the way I want to. But because it's so competitive and because that you have to play in a specific way, it just turned me off it, and I just never touched it again after that. Probably never will again either. Just isn't for me. Kudos to whoever enjoys it and likes it, and more power to you, but I can't. I can't. I was the happiest person alive when Call of Duty finally introduced the option that you can turn off the chat. Oh, hello, Saint Gabriel. So I have actually spoke about this a moment ago. I'm loving Space Haven. Now, I will say, I will always repeat that the game is in alpha. There is plenty of room to grow. The game currently has a few issues, but it has incredible potential. I'm looking forward to seeing what it's gonna be done with it in the future. I'm liking it a lot. I'm playing it a lot. I'm probably like 60 or 70 hours in already. Yeah, Blood, you're right about that. With a single patch, can change the meta in that game. It's absolutely correct. Now, Gabriel, if you are looking into the game and you like management games, if you like management games like Oxygen Not Included, where you have to manage your crew, and you like the idea of exploring space and running from planet to planet, mining and exploring ships, like that one, it's a great game. But the game has a content issue at the moment where when you reach halfway, the game has nothing new to show you. You essentially run out of content. I can demonstrate. This is where I am in the game. This is where I started. This is where I am. So it's 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 systems in. I have done most of the research. There are no more systems left for me to build on the ship. I have all the shields, weapons, and stabilizers I need. So the rest of the game is now just going through the systems, hoarding materials, fighting pirates, and looking for Haven. So the game is a lot of fun. It's very slow in the beginning, but then it picks up as you go along. If you are fine with experiencing a game in a development cycle, if you're fine with alpha state games and you want to experience the game as it develops, I would definitely recommend that you get it. If you don't like that, if you can't deal with the bugs that happen, the changes that are made with every iteration and so on, I would recommend that you wait. The game is a lot of fun and I would recommend it for everybody who likes this type of game, but it is an alpha game. You have to be aware of that. It's an alpha game, so it's a work in progress. There is plenty of things that need to be added to the game. Like, it's not even half, like a quarter of a way through, the game has nothing new to show you anymore. From this point over, unless I'm missing something very drastic, the game is now just gonna be running from systems, making the shift bigger and bigger, and just exponentially just being. Now there are things that I can still do. I can make a fleet, so I can add more ships to the fleet, find more crew, just be a force to be reckoned with more than just a single ship. I can change the ship design and so on. But in terms of content, I pretty much showed everything that there is. there are a few things left to experience, like the stop breaking the machine. There are more aliens to discover, I believe. I didn't run into an enemy or a pirate space station yet, so that's something that they've added in this alpha. So there are a few things left for me to experience in this playthrough, but not much. No, Blood, the crew doesn't age. That's one of my complaints about the game in its current state. Oh, we are done with the mining. We can go to the derelict. So one of my complaints about the game as it is right now, actually I'm gonna let them sleep through the night and then I'm gonna get them to the derelict in the morning. So one of my complaints about the game right now is that the stats, and there are plenty of stats of the crewmen, do not change, so you can't train them. The way they are at the beginning, that's the way they are going to be at the end. You don't get any experience for your crew members, so they don't change in any way. They have their attributes and they have their skills. This is for the ship, this is for their own personality, but their life on the ship isn't affecting those in any way, shape, or form. So they don't really get affected by what they're doing, which can be a problem, because if somebody is more clumsy, you see that this person is only 1% accident prone at -1%. But this, I can't affect that, and he has a -25% chance of surrendering. And again, I can't affect that. So if there is a bad roll and the random number generator hates me, and it usually does, then I can't reverse the situation. Oh, so we're gonna explore this ship. Also, it's they can't really make the crew die of old age, because the way that you're getting crew is so dependent on the random number generator that if the crew aged, you would way too easily find yourself in a position where everybody dies before you find new crew members. Okay, so let's see. I'm betting aliens. Last ship was empty. There is no chance this was gonna be as well. Exploring derelicts is very, very well done. And that's one of the things that where the game can grow, because you can equip items. Right now the weapons are the only thing that's available, but being able to equip your guys and send them into an enemy ship is you can board pirate ships as well. You can board them, so you don't have to use weapons. You can actually board an enemy ship. So the boarding and all of that, that's very well made. It's an empty ship again. Oh wow. I definitely need to report that to developers. Yeah, it's an empty ship. I was hoping it's gonna be an alien ship, but it's an empty ship. Okay, well, empty ship or not, a derelict means more resources. What do we get here? Some soft scrap. I will take the infra scrap, some tech scrap, some energy scrap, and some hull scrap. Items. Oh, some good items. 2 power rods, 4 tech blocks, and 3 power blocks. Perfect. And some food as well. Yes, please take all of that. Thank you. We need more fertilizer. 2 here and 2 here, so let's just make 5 more fertilizer. Do we have anybody to throw in the junk heap? No, 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 and no. Okay. Yeah, St. Gabriel, Blood, that's what happened on my run as well. I was very lucky to find a crew member on the first or second ship, but then I run into a ship full of aliens and it almost got me killed. Okay, so this needs more chemicals as well. Oh, the couch is researched. CO2 producer. Let's do that next. Yeah, I was saying, St. Gabriel, exploring the enemy ships, boarding them, is probably one of the things that will be even better when the game is more developed, when they add more options to it. Right now, it boils down to either you're gonna find an empty ship like we just did, you're gonna find a ship full of aliens that you can kill, or you're gonna find a crew member in cryostasis that you can then get to your own crew. That's the primary way of how you're finding crew. But it doesn't change much. I mean, the layouts of the ships change and what's in the ships change, but it's pretty much it's good. But the way it's done is very good. You can actually open doors. You can stalk the enemy. You can draw them into traps. So it works like a real-time strategy does. So it's very well done. It's probably one of the high points of this game, exploring the other enemy ships. And now they've added space station as well, so you can run into space station, explore them as well. I was lucky about the enemy presence in the previous system, so there were no pirates. But that luck isn't gonna hold. Also, I think that it's a glitch that they are not getting any pirates, because you're supposed to get in all neutral territories at least one pirate ship, but it's not working correctly. So I haven't had any opposition since the first system. Which is both a blessing and a curse, because fighting pirates is actually cool. And now I can actually fight the pirates because I have guns on my ship, so I can actually fight the pirates. Okay, Blood, enjoy. Astroneer is a lot of fun, so have fun with that. And that's pretty much also a good way of ending today's stream. I've been streaming for 3 hours now, and I have to work tomorrow, so I will be ending the stream today. Guys, thank you for watching, thank you for joining me today. I will be streaming more Space Haven on next Saturday, and on Sunday we're continuing our Factorio run. If you're interested in Factorio, by all means drop by. Pleasure, Gabriel, hope to see you again. Anybody who wants to join me again, I stream every Sunday and every Wednesday. It's all pretty much published, and I also put it on YouTube if you miss it and you want to watch it. Always a pleasure seeing you guys. So if you want to, like I said, join me next time, I'm going to go off now. So I will be seeing you guys next time, and wherever you're in the world, have a good evening, good day, good morning, good night, and I will hopefully see you again next week. See ya, folks. Have a good one.